Yet many of his theologies still permeate the church today, such as the God of the Old Testament is different than the God of the New Testament. No, he's not. No, he's not. It was Jesus that created Adam.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jesus that parted the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jesus that said, Moses, I got some commandments to give you. It was Jesus that spoke to Jeremiah. It was, in fact, probably the only real time that we see the Father. We may see him in some of the prophets. We see him most clearly in Daniel, because in Daniel we see both the Father, the Ancient of Days, and we see the one who stood before him, the Son of Man. That's Jesus. We see them both in the book of Daniel. But we need to, and I think this is a warning that we need to look, because I think false teachers do the same thing. They take us away from the biblical Christ. They take us away from the ways of God and try to replace them with other ways. If you take the New Testament and you separate it from the Old Testament, you can make the New Testament say about anything you want, because you have taken your Webster's Dictionary of definitions and you've thrown them away. Because when you look at proper hermeneutical processes, that whenever any subject is introduced, it's called the principle of first mention, that God basically establishes this is what this means. And it will always mean this. Now, God can expound on that meaning, but he never alters that meaning. Therefore, anything in the Old Testament that God said was sin, still sin. The cross didn't change it. Anything that God says is righteous behavior will always be righteous behavior.
So you have to put the New Testament on top of the Old Testament.
Absolutely.
To see what Jesus fulfilled.